to Season 9 of the Sprint Series. This is round 3 of Francorchamps. And we are currently in qualifying. And, well, let's see what lap times people have done so far, if we can. And the best lap time, Abe Santma, 2:16.6. Of course he does. With Sir Pluch coming in second right now, 2:17.9, and Regis Corchel, 2:17.9 as well. Everybody's kind of starting to move up bit by bit. We'll see what lap times start popping in. And we got Declan Bowler, 2:19.5. 2:19.5. Mohamed Bintang, 2:20.4. Alexander currently the slowest, 2:20.8. And Oliver Kirby, 2:19.1. He set himself quite high up in the AMS right now. He's 4th overall. We have, I think, 28 drivers on the grid right now. Calamini up into 7th place, 2:19.8 for him. Robert Bezin, 2:20.2. And Abda Adskia, 2:22.3. I'm just getting ready for work. Oh, there we go. Who else is gonna... I think we need to make this one a bit smaller, because it is not Windows 10. Okay, interesting. Eric Giselle, 2:17.4. That is a pretty quick lap time by him, but Abe Santama goes very quick, 2:16.4. That is a whole second quicker than Eric Giselle, whereas Regis Corchel, 2:17.2. Getting closer. Mohamed Irfan, 2:17.6, and still some position changes happening over there. A lot of people yet to complete a lap time. But let's have a look at what the quickest driver right now is. Where is he and what he's doing? Well, we've got Abe Santama right here. He actually messed up his final sector on the 2:16.4. Who would have guessed? And he is currently matching his sector time, so he is going for the 2:16.2, I think. 36.0 is not as quick as last sector, I can tell you that. Description is a bit out of date. Oh, it is, yeah. It is indeed. It's not Messano. It's Spa. At the Belgian track of Spa. But nevertheless, Abe Santama, is he matching his times? Yes, he is. Where is he right now? Well, he is coming towards the final sector. This is the final sector. Some of the hardest parts here. Did he invalidate that lap? No, he didn't, but that was super, super close. As he now heads through Blanchemont. This car, by the way, very understeery unless you crank the steering on, what he does right there. Very good exit out of there. Not invalidating it. Going a bit slower, but now towards the bus stop chicane. This is where he lost most of his time, I think. As he's now going to try and come across the line. And was it an improvement? Is it enough to get a 2:16.3? Sadly, it isn't, but it's still a very good lap time, 2:16.6. Quicker than any of his competitors. Declan Bowler going 5/10 quicker. He's going to be crossing the line soon. Anasim Alahov also going 6/10 quicker. He's going to come across the line now. And he is just behind Oliver Kirby as Declan Bowler also comes across the line. 8th place for him. 2:18.7. Great stuff. Britt Batiste, fastest lap time 2:19.5. He's going to cross the line now. And it's going to be at 2:19.2. Not enough to get ahead of other people. But it is enough to secure that 12th place. Or is it? Because Fabio Gallimini is also going 2/10 quicker, which might put him ahead of Britt Batiste if he goes quicker. Chico Lindvar, 2:18.0. What a lap. Dang, I would have had a chance if I raced. My best was a 19.1. Well, not great. Fabio Gallimini able to just get ahead of Britt Batista, 2:19.1. Who else is currently improving that's going to be crossing the line soon? Well, Mohamed Irfan is. And this might be enough to put him ahead of Eric Giselle. Behind him, he's also got Sir Pluch, who is improving by a 10th. But Mohamed Irfan, he also had one of his worst sectors be the final sector, and he definitely improved there as he comes across the line now, and that is enough to put him ahead of Eric Giselle, 2:17.3. He's going to be pretty happy with that. And next to cross the line will be, well, it'll be Anthony Camacho, but he's not improving. And also, neither is Oliver Kirby, as he's on an out lap. But Sert Pluch, a 10th up. His worst sector being the middle sector. Hopefully he improved there. Hopefully he improves through the final sector too, as he's going to come across the line now. And is it going to be enough to get him ahead of Mohamed Irfan? No, it's not, but it's enough to get him ahead of Eric Giselle. And that's up into 4th place at 2:17.3. Definitely very good. As he pulls over to the side of the track, his qualifying is done. Daniel Benequista going 2/10 quicker. We saw him start from last place in the last race. Is he going to be doing the same? As he's going to come across the line now, and it's going to be a big improvement at 2:18.6. Straight to pole position for the AM split. Great stuff. And that is a whole 2/10 quicker ahead of Oliver Kirby. Now Oliver Kirby has a big job to do in order to get ahead. As before that, Fabio Gallimini is going to come across the line too as he heads through the bus stop chicane, 4/10 up. And he's going to be moving from 14th up into 11th with a 2:18.7. Good stuff with the Ferrari. But maybe we'd like to ride on board with somebody like Declan Bowler. See what he's doing. That's a pretty tidy sector right there. He's a 10th up. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. The classic Ferrari moment kicking in, but he did lose a bit of time on exit, which so happens to be his worst sector 2, the final sector. He's going to be crossing the line in just a minute. He's only got the bus stop chicane to maneuver, and maybe he'll improve there. Who knows? This chicane is very hard to get right, and he does improve by quite a lot, 2/10. As he's going to come across the line now, and it's from 10th to 9th ahead of Ferdy Jerry Ramadan. But unfortunately for Declan Bowler, Ferdy Jerry was going 5/10 quicker, now invalidated as soon as I clicked on him. So, fortunately for Declan Bowler, commentator's curse coming in clutch. Dries Verhulst going 2/10 quicker as well, as he's heading to the same bit where Ferdi Jera Ramadan invalidated, but he's not invalidating there at all. 2:19.2 is his best lap time. Definitely can do better than that. As he's heading through the final bus stop chicane. Hard feat to get correct, and he does do it correct. Is it going to be enough to get him ahead of Ganahari Hutama? Very, very close. 5,000ths of a second exactly between him and Ganahari. That is unfortunate for him, but fortunate enough for Ganahari. Oliver Kirby, is he improving on his lap time? He needs to improve if he wants to have a shot at getting the win from Daniel Benaquista. He's 4/10ths down, so not happy days. Benjamin Koo is 7/10ths up, and he's only heading through Puon now. And this is shaping up to be a great lap time by him. He is one of the people who can and probably will challenge Daniel Benaquista for the pole position lap time. It's just a matter of keeping the position on the start. As he's 8/10ths up, heading through the final couple of corners now. He did lose a lot of time out of the exit. Now down towards Blanchimont, a flat-out corner, one that you definitely don't want to be doing side by side in the race. And we'll see if that happens as he does it fully flat out. Car just sticking to the ground. And now to the bus stop chicane. This is the corner probably where he messed up as well, as you can see, 37.1. Definitely improvement there by 9/10ths. And is it going to be enough to get at least a 2:18? And I think it is. Ooh, just barely not enough. Benjamin Koo up into 14th place. That is 4th place in the AM split, 2:19.0. His best time, though, is a 2:18.5 or 2:18.4 on the hot lap server. 2:19.0 here. So the weather definitely having quite some effects on these drivers, as Britt Batiste going 9/10ths, 8/10ths quicker, comes to the line from 18th all the way up into 8th. There's a good feat by him, and now he's got 4/10ths, 4.8 to go if he wants to get ahead of Chico Lindvar. Dries Verhulst also going a second quicker as he comes across the line and up into 8th place ahead of Britt Batiste with a 2:18.2. And this is where the track looks to be ramping up right now. More drivers are just getting more used to these conditions. Oliver Kirby going a 10th quicker. He ideally needs to be going at least 2/10ths quicker right now. But we'll see, as he lost a bit of time coming out of that corner. Definitely not finding this track too easy. Just right now, he is matching his time, and all he can hope for is to get that time through the final bus stop chicane. He pretty much nails it. Is he up on his time? Oh, a bit of a slide there, and that has definitely cost him some time, though he will have one more lap to go. And this is the one that will need to count, a 2:19.0. He is aiming for a 2:18.6. That is the lap time that he needs to get in order to get ahead of Daniel Benaquista. No! Messing up that corner, and that is his qualifying over. Now all he can pray for is that nobody gets ahead of him. Who else is improving through these final couple of laps? Regis Corchel, he's doing his lap. He's not improving. He's not going worse, though. 2:17.9 last time out. 2:17.2 his best lap time, so he's 8/10ths off Abe Santaman. Ooh, interesting line. Straight into the pits. I guess just practicing his pit entry. Fakhreza Ali Siadani going 7/10 quicker right now through the final sector in the Aston Martin. I think one of the only Aston Martins in the season. And he is going half a second quicker. Now, will it be enough to get him ahead of Mohammed Bintang? It will all count on the final corner. The corner that most people very much underestimate for how much time they can gain. As he pretty much nails it as well. 6/10 up now. He crumbs across the line. And I don't think it'll be enough. 2:20.5 is the best that he could do. That only promotes him to 25th place. But he is not the last person to be crossing the line. We've got Declan Bowler going 2/10 quicker, which might put him ahead of Britt Batiste. I think all he's hoping for is to get ahead of Daniel Benaquista here so he doesn't get in the way of the AM battle. And he is currently improving by quite a bunch. Should definitely... Well, as long as he keeps it within the lines. Through the final corner he goes now. Braking just enough, it looks like. As he's going to be coming across the line now. And it's going to be enough. And he's from 11th all the way up to 9th. At 2:18.4 ahead of Britt Batiste and Daniel Benaquista. Ferdi Jerry Ramadan going 7/10 quicker. 8/10 quicker. This might be another 2:17 if he's able to carry this on. By the way, Charlie Kent put himself up into 6th place ahead of Chico Lindvar. Oh, he did not even catch that at all. But Ferdi Jerry Ramadan in the BMW, a car that I did not think was going to be too powerful on this track. Currently best time 2:18.69. Ferdi Jerry, though, improving by 5/10, 4/10 now through the final corner. And is it going to be enough? Is it going to be what ACC is telling me? He lost a lot of time through the final corner, but it's going to be enough still. From 12th to 10th, what could have been a 2:17, sadly, will have to settle for 2:18.4. And I think there's only 2 people out on the track. Ganahari Utama, who did not improve, and Zach Summerall, who did not get to finish. Or he finished enough. Well, that is your grid for today of 28 people. Actually, let's have a little look. Yep, the race is 1 hour and 30 minutes of 1 mandatory pit stop. And it is, well, it's not going to be a close race for P1 like it was last time, because you've got Abe Santama. But Regis Corshell, Mohamed Irfan, Chert Plough, and Eric Giselle all within a 10th of each other. So that'll be a close battle for 2nd place. Charlie Kent also so close there. You know, Chico Lindvar and Dries Verhulst. And then there is a pretty close battle here for 9th place with Declan Bowler 2:18.4, Ferdi Jerry, Britt Batiste, Daniel Benaquista, Fabio Galamini, Zach Summerall, Oliver Kirby, and Alexei Malahov, all within around 5/10 of each other, half a second separating from 9th to 16th. That is quite something. That is quite something. Well, now we just wait for the start of the race. Let's just have a look. When is... when the formation lap will start, but we can have a small little prediction. Well, obviously, I think if Abe Santama does everything as he always does, you know, no problems, no any weird pit stop strategies or anything like that, he's gonna finish first. There's no doubt in my mind about that. P2 though, that will be a hard battle, I feel. Definitely Regis Courchelle. He took the win last time out in Misano. So he's got the pace, but we saw at the end of the race, at the end of that 60-minute race, how much he struggled on tires and how close Sirid Pluch got. Mohamed Irfan doesn't look too promising, as he has had some connection issues. Last time out, also exiting the race when he was running in third, or even in second. So cannot predict that. Sirid Pluch, though, his tire management has been very, very good over these couple of races. So he is probably going to be up there. And if he does do a no-tire pit stop, that will save him 30 seconds of pit time. So we'll see what he is able to do there. Eric Giselle also finished third last time out. So we'll see what he's able to do. I don't think there is much of a chance to be fighting for first place, but definitely for the podium positions. Definitely for the podium positions. Charlie Kent starting in 6th. We haven't seen anything from him at all, but looking at his simgrid profile, he does seem to be a pretty quick driver for Biscuit, and even winning the VGTR 4 Hours of Silverstone. Then comes Chico Lindvar in 7th place, who last time out in Misano sadly crashing out and collecting Brit Batista as well. We'll see if he's able to improve on his race pace from last race. Dries Verhulst starting in 8th. It looks like his tires fell off in the Misano race as well, but we know what he's able to do. He's starting in 8th, good position. Declan Bowler starting in 9th. He finished 4th last time out, so his race pace is very good and consistent. Ferdi Jerry Ramadan in 10th. Behind them, Brit Batista, who in Misano got collected by Chico Lindvar, and quite a lot of damage coming towards the end. Pretty unfortunate race. Daniel Benequista starting in 12th. Last time out started in 31st. So this time out starting on pole for the AMS, and most likely going to be taking the win as well. Fabio Galamini starting in 13th. Then Zach Summerall, who we haven't seen race yet. Then Oliver Kirby starting in 15th. He was pretty close to winning the last race as well. He was leading the AM split for quite a while. Then we got Alexei Malachov, the last time out AM split winner, starting in 16th alongside Oliver Kirby. Behind them, Benjamin Koo starting in 17th place. Not the greatest qualifying lap time in this time out, but definitely has the race pace to possibly challenge the ones ahead of him. Then Rafif Prahestia, then Ganahadi Hutama, who's also very, very strong on Misano, hoping to carry on his race pace in this race as well. Then Robert Bezin is starting in 20th. And then Chris Rice in 21st. Anthony Camacho hopefully will have better internet connection this time out as well, starting in 22nd. Luca Detz, the lowest the lowest pro on the grid right now, starting in 23rd. Then Mohamed Bintang in 24th. Fakhrisa Ali Sidani in 25th. Then Abda Azki in 26th. Bima Arya in 27th. And last but not least, Dimas Adiasta. And that is your grid for today's race. If you've got any predictions as well, you can type them in the chat, and we'll see how close they are. I think I could have qualified 4th. Low-key upset because a 3rd straight podium would have been at play. I'm inconsistent, so I feel that. Yeah, but they are finally away for the formation lap at Spa. And it is going to be a very long and painful formation lap, as they are going to be pretty much crawling around this 7-kilometer track. One of the only F1 tracks as well that is longer than, like, their rules say. Obviously gone through many reiterations, and the ACC version is not even the latest reiteration at all. In Eau Rouge, it is much wider now, and Radillon as well, it's much wider. There is a lot more gravel traps, like outside of No Name. That is actually the name of the corner. And also through Pouon, there is gravel there as well. So, yeah, definitely this is one of the older versions of Spa. One of the older new versions of Spa. They need to bring back the 1960 Spa. Yeah, like the track that's like 46 kilometers or something. That's super deadly, and you could, you know, easily crash through somebody's shed and, you know, fracture your skull, or better yet, decapitate yourself. Love it when that happens. Yeah, this corner there is gravel trap, and in the next corner as well there is a gravel trap as well, which, by the way, is in Rennsports. And if you are in the chat and you do have a Rennsport key, please do send it. I won't steal it. I won't steal it. I'll just borrow it for forever. But if you do have a Rennsport access, I would love to know what you think about it, because I am pretty excited to... Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Cannot lie. However, we are not racing on Rennsport right now. We are racing on ACC, one of the best GT3, just the best actually, GT3 simulators out there. No doubt in my mind about that. But Abe Santama probably not feeling any worries at all. He knows what he can do. He knows that he's going to win. Just nothing. He's going to pull away pretty much as soon as he can. Any turn 1 crashes might happen, though I hope most people understand how Spa works. That if you go side by side through Rouge and Radillon, you're probably not going to make it out alive. By the way, who's in the pits? Well, it's Benaquista, so he's not going to be starting first. It is indeed going to be Oliver Kirby. But yeah, let's just hope that most people understand how to drive around Spa. Because it will be not nice. It's not nice at all. And there's a big pileup. But as they come towards the line now. And they will be taking the green flag as they just have to come around. Imagine crashing on the first lap. Who would do that in Season 2 or in 3 flashbacks? Yeah. Yeah. Causing a massive crash? Like, humongous on the Camel Straight. So yeah, that was fun to steward. That was really fun to steward. Anyhow. Abe Santama now towards the line. He's got Regis Courchelle straight on his left. And behind him, a pack of 27 hungry cars as they're going to be coming towards the marshal, who will wave the green flag. And round 3. Halfway point will start for Season 9, and Abe Santama, pretty good getaway there. So is for Regis Courchelle, but Regis Courchelle trying to go around the outside of Abe Santama as they're going to be heading through Radillon. And is Abe Santama pushed wide? No, they're going side by side down the Camel Straight. And in the background, is there anybody off? I think there was only one person off. They're going pretty much in single file, except for Galamini and Regis Courchelle, who's trying to go around the outside here. They're nearly going 3 wide, heading into Lacombe, as Mohamed Irfan making up a couple of positions. He's up into 3rd place. Eric Giselle up into 4th. No, he's not. Eric Giselle has gone down the field. He's definitely had a stinker. And I think into Lecom, there's been quite an accident. There's quite a lot of people have been involved. Fabio Galamini, he's around. We had Zach Summerall, also Mohamed Bintang, Luca Detz, Rafif Prahestia, and also Eric Giselle. Eric Giselle all the way down in 27th place. I think he's in the pits. Yes, indeed he is. But that was a pretty close start. It still is pretty close. Stuart Pluk is trying to get ahead of Mohamed Irfan, but in the background, we've got this battle. Alexei Malahov, Benjamin Koo, Ganahadi Hutama, Raffi Prestia, Chris Rise, as Alexei Malahov trying to go around the outside of Benjamin Koo, and he makes it stick, trying to go also on the inside of Ganahadi Hutama. Sadly not working now for him, as Chris Rise just trying to get past Declan Ballo, who's had a horrible start. Look at the amount of damage on that car from all round. As Chris Rice now gets passed by Raffi Prestia, who just goes straight into the wall nearly. Making contact with Chris Rice. Now they're going 3 wide, coming towards Blanchimont. Now this is exactly what I said you should not be doing, but they're doing it anyway. Going single file, so definitely letting go as Chris Rice now. Will he be looking down the inside in order to make a move on Ganahadi Hutama? No, he won't, but Ganahadi Hutama in front of him. Also trying to make a move on Benjamin Koo through the bus stop chicane. Behind them, Fakhreza Ali Siadini also battling with Luca Detz. As Abda Adzkia comes into the pits. Declan Bowler as well coming into the pits, and sadly this won't count towards their pit stop, because it is not in the pit window. But this is also a very close battle for 6th place. Dries Verhulst and Chico Lindvar as he now comes through the Camel Straight. You can actually see what happened. There was somebody spinning on the Camel Straight as they head towards the Com. Chico Lindvar definitely was looking on the inside, but decided not to go for a move. As he was nearly alongside. Dries Verhulst just having a bit of a moment, both driving in the 720S Evo. A very squirrely car on the accelerator, a ton of torque, as Chico Lindvar nearly shovels Dries Verhulst along as he's just trying to get past as quick as possible. That's definitely going to be an invalid line, maybe even a warning, as they come through Puon. Another very hard corner, an easy corner to get wrong. Dries Verhulst actually pulling away for the meantime. Charlie Kent now chasing down Serd Pluch. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, because it doesn't sound right. Anyhow, Charlie Kent in the Lamborghini. A very, very quick car in the corners, though. Will be struggling down these big straights compared to the Ferrari, though both of them lacking top speed and lacking torque. So Charlie Kent able to just stick behind him. 3/10 the gap. They're going to be heading towards the bus stop chicane. I don't think Charlie Kent is going to be looking for an overtake. He'll just be keeping his normal line and maybe get a better exit out of the bus stop chicane compared to Serd Pluch. And no, he doesn't. As Abe Santima sets the quickest lap time of the race at 2:17.9. Behind them, Chico Lindvar and Dries Verhulst going side by side through La Source. Behind them, Oliver Kirby also wants to get a piece of this action. Chico Lindvar, though, sadly losing out on being pretty wide out of that corner. And now Slipstream through a Rouge and Radalon. Oliver Kirby catching very quick through those corners. Oliver Kirby nearly clipping the side of Chico Lindvar's car. And I actually think there was actually contact, as Oliver Kirby just trying to get past Chico Lindvar. Same as Chico Lindvar nearly making a move on Dries Verhulst. And this is a very good battle. Ooh, Dries Verhulst nearly having a moment. So was Chico Lindvar going over the curbs. Hasn't his game crashed the previous races too? Oh, Camacho's races game crashed. Oh no. Back to the battle of Charlie Kent. 2/10 the gap. The Biscuit esport driver. What can he do here to possibly close this gap quicker before the straight? He ideally needs to get past in a corner, because that's his only chance of getting past. Unless he gets a super good run on Tjeerd Plug. Mohamed Irfan also up in the front, fighting with Regis Courchelle here. I think he's actually made a move before the bus stop chicane. Regis Courchelle, was he caught napping? Because it looks like he has just lost out on that position, and now he's not even able to get it back into the bus stop chicane. Charlie Kent on the inside of the bus stop chicane. He's able to get past Tjeerd Plug, but he overshoots the corner. Tjeerd Plug on the outside, trying to get past. He's going to have the inside into Lesource, but they're going to be going side by side through it on the line. And I think Tjeerd Plug is going to have this place, but oh, rubbing coming towards the first corner. Tjeerd Plug going to be overshooting it just a little bit. Charlie Kent also just trying to hang on, and they're going to be going side by side, coming towards a Rouge and Radalon, and I don't think it's going to end well. One of them needs to pull out, and Tjeerd Plug, well, he's set to be the better man. And Charlie Kent, nevertheless, a great overtake, but I don't think this battle is done yet. Tjeerd Plug pulling off to the side. On the outside, is he going to be able to possibly get this move as he's getting squeezed by the Lamborghini around the outside of Lecombs? Is he going to be able to make this move done? Whoa, it's very close, but it is. 4th place back to Tjeerd Plug. What a move. What a move by these two drivers. And I hope this battle carries on. As you can have a look in the background, Ferdinand Ramadan getting passed by Zach Summerall. He's got a ton of damage on the front of his car. Fabio Galamini getting past Fakhreza Al-Seadini, but not for long. Fakhreza also coming straight back at him and cutting straight in front. Great stuff there. And Fabio Galamini actually falling a bit behind as well. He's got a ton of damage on his car. Gonna have to hang on for a while though. Back to the battle for 4th place. Charlie Kent. Well, he's trying his absolute damn best. Now towards the bus stop chicane. Is he going to be pulling to the inside? Is Tjeerd Plug going to be defending the inside? Yes, he will. Charlie Kent. You know what? He has a lot of trust in that car to not overbrake in the slipstream. And I have to give it to him. That was a... Well, he did lose some time, but that was still very good. Alexei Malachov trying to make a move on Robert Bezin. And that is a very clean move indeed. Up into 10th place, but for how long? Because Robert Bezin is going to have the inside line here, coming towards Le Source. This is a battle for 2nd place in the AM split. And Robert Bezin down the inside. Alexei Malachov trying to do everything in order to squeeze him, but not working out there. And Robert Bezin back up into 2nd. Behind them, Benjamin Koo is liking this battle because this is bringing him closer and closer to the battle for 3rd. There's a bit of a wiggle for Alexei Malachov. That has brought Benjamin Koo so close, and he's going to get past before they even head to Lecombs. Benjamin Koo up into 3rd place, or 11th overall. Charlie Kent back at it again. 2/10 away from Tjeerd Plug. Both cars lacking the straight line speed, both lacking just overall speed. First time watching one of my friends. What's the orange warning sign? Yeah, that means that they have been involved in an incident. And they don't get time penalties during the race, but they get time penalties after the race if it is reported. Charlie Kent, too far back to send a move. It's still close enough to put the pressure on Serd Pluk for sure. As in the background, Alexei Malahov on the inside of Benjamin Koo. He's done this move on Robert Bezin. He's done it again on Benjamin Koo. But Benjamin Koo, just like Robert Bezin, on the inside, coming into La Source and having the better acceleration. Alexei Malahov possibly thinking of going to the inside there, as Benjamin Koo is going to be defending his position, his second place. But Alexei Malahov having a pretty good exit out of that corner. He's now going to be going side by side, heading into Rouge and Radulon. Is he going to be possibly not going for the move? Indeed he isn't. That is the right thing to do. You know, save yourself. There is still 1 hour and 17 minutes to go. Still plenty of chances to get back that position. And he looked to the inside. Benjamin Koo doing absolutely everything to keep the Aston Martin behind him. And he's doing a great job. And if you're new to the series, there is a mandatory pit stop for these drivers. Exactly one mandatory pit stop. Where you have to pit in the pit window of the 45 minutes. So in around the 45-minute mark, or the 40-minute mark, as we saw last time out, there is going to be a 15-minute pit window, and drivers will have to pit during that time in order to count it as their mandatory pit, as Abe Santimus sets another quickest lap time off the race. And Chico Lindvar down the inside of Dries Verhaal, going very wide, and that is going to give Oliver Kirby, oh! Contact, Chico Lindvar going and heading straight back on the track and clipping Oliver Kirby. Not sure what that's all about. They're not even racing in the same split, and that now has given Oliver Kirby quite a substantial bit of damage, where now he's going to have to defend against Robert Bezin, as he's lost quite one position. He's lost one position buffer between him and Robert Bezin. But Oliver Kirby's not having any of that. He's cut the track there quite substantially. But he did not get a drive-through, so that is the good news for him. Back to the battle. Charlie Kent, 2/10 away. He is pretty much touching Serd Pluk's rear bumper, as Dries Verhaal looks like made a mistake, but Charlie Kent now on the inside. Can he do it into Pouon? This is going to be an amazing overtake if he does, and he does. Oh, what a move. What an absolute move by Charlie Kent. Up into 4th place, and well deserved. There's Oliver Kirby still behind. Britt Batiste, who... Yellow flag, he's gone off track. Now he has to rejoin right in this train. So he's not going to be enjoying that one bit. He's lost a ton of positions, but none in the pro split. Ooh, hello. What is he doing? I don't think he's supposed to be doing that. Okay, that was weird. He was just kind of phasing from side to side. Yeah, Brits is having some sort of internet issues. He's lost an extra 2 positions, this time in the pros. And behind them, what's going on there? Daniel Benequista and Fabio Galamini. And Mohammed Bintang. What did I just witness? I think they might have not expected Britt Batiste to be going that slow. Alright, whatever just happened. I'm so confused. Anyway, Kanahari Utama fighting for 11th place with Alexei Malalhov, who's also fighting for 10th place with Benjamin Koo. Rafif Prahasti now catching the back of Kanahari Hutama. And, well, it's just a matter of time now before he makes the overtake, I think. Though the Porsche, very good on this track. Pretty good. I won't say it's the best. Definitely not. But it is relatively good on this track. So is the Lamborghini. But at the end of the day, as long as you're not racing in a Jaguar or Reiter or a... I think those are the really 2 bad... Oh, the 650S. It's all down to you. So... And even then, I've seen some very quick Lamborghini Gallardo drivers in the Reiter, so... Yeah, it's all down to the driver to maximize the most out of their cars. Not much of a difference. Benjamin Koo was also in a battle, and now he is 1 position down. Robert Bezen getting past for 2nd place. Now on the inside, nearly. Is it going to be an easy overtake for him? Oh, Benjamin Koo not able to get past. Yeah, but Robert Bezen going very wide out of that corner, letting Benjamin Koo get alongside him. And now on the inside, he's already claimed a spot. Is he going to be able to make this overtake stick? Robert Bezen hanging around the outside. Alexei Malahov liking this battle as well. Let's bring him very, very close. Robert Bezen, they're still side by side. But Benjamin Koo able to just get ahead. Alexei Malahov now also going to be slipstreaming down towards Puon. And is he going to be pulling to the inside to possibly make a move? No, he won't. But. He is going to be pulling to the side, to the outside, to maybe make a move into this tiny little chicane, the squiggly parts of this track, as I like to call them. That's the 3rd sector for you. sadly not close enough to make an impression, but Rafik Prahastia is close enough. And maybe he can challenge Ganahari Hutama in the next lap, because definitely too far back to make a move into the chicane. But ooh, still getting very close. Very, very close. Right, in the front, is there anything happening? Still, Charlie Kent ahead of Tserp Pluk, now by 4 seconds. Tserp Pluk running to 20.1 compared to Charlie Kent's 219.0. So Tserp Pluk 1.1 seconds slower. No. Yeah, 1.1 seconds slower that last lap. So this is the closest battle so far. Oliver Kirby, white flags again. He's made a mistake coming out of a Rouge. Or Radalon. They're the same. And Oliver Kirby, he's going to be under some pressure here for the lead. In the background, Rafik Prahastia making a mistake, a big mistake. And that has pretty much put him out of this battle for now. The 6-way battle for the lead has put him out of it right now. But Robert Bezin now fighting with Benjamin Koo, as Alexei Malahov in the background also fighting with Robert Bezin for 3rd place. And Benjamin Koo slowly but surely creeping on the back of Oliver Kirby. Oliver Kirby definitely struggling with the damage that he has on his car. But in the background, Alexei Malahov getting past Robert Bezin for 3rd place. That might put some buffer between Benjamin Koo and 3rd place as they continue battling. And Ganahari Hutama also wanting to get this action as well, with Robert Bezin getting closer and closer. Same as Benjamin Koo getting closer and closer, and it's all kicking off here for the lead of the split race. It might be Oliver Kirby's 1st win. It might be Benjamin Koo's 2nd win this season. Might be Alexei Malahov's 2nd win this season too. We'll find out. There's still an hour and 6 minutes to go. They've only done 24 minutes. Benjamin Koo making a mistake. Alexei Malahov better exit out of that corner. And is he going to be able to possibly make it side by side heading into La Source? It's a very difficult job to make it round the outside. Benjamin Koo squeezing him as much as he can. Ooh, definitely contact there. And Alexei Malahov now compromised. Robert Bezin trying to go down the inside. Ganahari Hutama also just following this battle closely. And now Benjamin Koo has lost all the gap that he needed to Oliver Kirby. Oliver Kirby going to be liking this. It's Ganahari Hutama making a mistake. Robert Bezin not. Alexei Malahov also not. And in front of them, that's another Aston Martin who's going to get lapped. And he needs to get out of the way ASAP, because these guys are all battling for the lead. Ganahari Hutama, the only person to not be allowed through yet, but now he is. Alexei Malahov still in the battle with Benjamin Koo. Benjamin Koo getting a bit squirrely, so is Oliver Kirby and Alexei Malahov. That was a rhyme that I did not think I was going to do. But Alexei Malahov 3/10 away from 2nd place. Robert Bezin also 6/10 away from 2nd place, but he's got Alexei Malahov to navigate through. That was a bit of a slide for the Russian. And that is going to bring Robert Bezin closer. Much closer. As Oliver Kirby is not able to pull away as fast as he thinks he can, because now Benjamin Koo back at it again. Oliver Kirby definitely struggling with his damage and the tires on the car. As Benjamin Koo going very, very wide. Might be a track limit warning, though I think he slowed down enough, because that has brought Alexei Malahov very, very close as they head through Blanchimont. And is Alexei Malahov going to be going to the inside? No, he won't. Benjamin Koo is there. Alexei Malahov to the outside. He's braking about the same time. Benjamin Koo, where is he going? Oh, that is not what he wanted to do at all. Rejoining the track. And Ganahari Hutama also going to be getting past him. And Benjamin Koo from 2nd down into 6th. At 5th, I mean. And he will be down into 6th if he keeps on doing that. Not great. But Benjamin Koo will not let that slide one bit, and he's still got that 1 hour to go until he can officially proclaim himself as a position. So he will try and do everything to get up. Whoa! What was that? Able to save it. Well, that was a very weird moment. I'm not even sure how that physically worked. Just started bouncing in the middle of the track. Okay, weird. Are there any battles further down the grid? Sadly, I don't think there are. But these guys are still relatively close. All for the battle for the first. Oliver Kirby trying to put a car between him and Alexei Malahov by getting closer to Dries Verhulst. And I think the pressure did get to both Benjamin Koo and Oliver Kirby. Because Oliver Kirby, as soon as Benjamin Koo would be catching and catching, he was started to slow down, make some mistakes. But so did Benjamin Koo in the end. As soon as he got closer, well, we know exactly what happened. In the background now, Ganahari Hutama challenging Robert Besant for 3rd place as Third Pluch yellow flag, and he's off! He's off after a rouge and he's rejoining the track. Jesus. Oh, and that is not great. Does he have damage on that car? Is the bigger question. That's the rear. That's the front. Does not seem to be much damage on that car. Or any damage at all. Right. Ganahari Hutama, what do you have for us? What do you have in store? It's a Lamborghini versus Porsche. And, ooh, Robert Besant getting very wide out of that corner. And believe me when I say there might be drive-thrus. And, well, as you can see, Rafif Prahestios already earning himself a drive-thru. As you can head to the front, and this is going to be another battle for 1st place. Alexei Malahov with Oliver Kirby. It's Alexei Malahov who has won already one race this season in Misano, and he wants to carry on his streak as he heads to the inside. Ooh, nearly. That would have been very close. Alexei Malahov still 3/10. Sadly not yet, as Rafif comes into the pits to serve his long drive through. I think it takes about a minute or even longer in order to do a drive through. So he's going to be losing out on a ton of time and a ton of positions. Ganahari Hutama now, is he going to try and make a move? Oof, nearly. For a second I thought there might be a move coming in a Rouge, but no. Sadly even losing out some time. Oliver Kirby now going to the inside of Dries Verhulst. No overtake happening there yet. Ball's getting very close. There's in the background Alexei Malahov also making a bit of a mistake. And Alexei Malahov now trying to get past Oliver Kirby. He got past him for a little while. Down the inside into No Name was never going to happen. And now he knows where Oliver Kirby might make those mistakes, those crucial mistakes that cost not only time but also tire wear, and might mean that Oliver Kirby has to do a pit stop for the tires, whereas Alexei Malahov might not have to, but we'll see when they head into the pits. Daniel Benequister in the background also slowly moving up. And making a bit of a mistake there for Alexei Malahov. Opening that gap between him and Oliver Kirby. Ooh, a mistake there as well. A costly one at that. In the bus stop chicane. He's behind them. Ganahari Hutama still trying to pressure on Robert Besant. Down the inside of La Source. Where did Robert Besant go? Well, that's a weird... That was weird. That was really weird. And that's how Ganahari Hutama got up into third place for now. But behind him, Robert Besant still pressuring on as he's still in the slipstream. Benjamin Koo has finally caught up as well. So he's going to be returning in this battle. As the more these two fight, Robert Besant and Ganahari Hutama, the closer Benjamin Koo can get. Not the easiest track to overtake on, however, still very much possible. Just making a bit of a mistake there, just slightly. Daniel Benequister trying to make a move past Luca Detz. And it's the battle for 14th place. Two-tenths away now as they head through Puan. That's where they usually can make some mistakes, but Daniel Benequister and Luca Detz not part of that percentage, as now through the final sector they go. Luca Detz, sadly for Daniel Benequister, in the pro split, so this won't make too much of a difference for his finish in place. And Oliver Kirby, by the way, now side by side with Alexei Malahov as they head towards the first corner. Alexei Malahov sneakily on the inside into La Source, and he might be making the move. So it's Ganahari Hutama, who's just punted Oliver Kirby pretty much out the way. Robert Besant now wants to get this position too. That was That was not clean. Yeah, very spicy in the am indeed. Let's now look at this. For like a little train, Robert Bezin going to the outside of Lecombe chicane. Might he be able to do this? No, he won't. But they do nearly make contact. In front of them, Ganahari Utama trying to get past Alexei Malahov for first place. And Alexei Malahov currently running away with this win. But for how long? Because this is still a five-way battle for the lead. And this has been like this for the last 30 minutes. So do not turn off the live stream yet, because this might get much, much, much more intense. In the background, Dimas Adiasta and Rafif Prahastia going side by side, and Rafif getting past. So is Daniel Benequista ahead of Luca Detz. But back to this battle here. As Robert Bezin closes the gap to Oliver Kirby, who, unfortunately for him, down into third place now. Ganahari Utama with a very opportunistic overtake on the inside. And now Robert Bezin. Well, I hope he's not going to try what I think he's going to try to do. And he's not. So, good stuff by him for not going on the inside of Blanchimont. But he did lose a bit of time as a result of that. Well, Bezin getting a better exit than Oliver Kirby out of the bus stop chicane. So is Benjamin Koo on Rebel Bezin. And I think Helicam might capture this massive battle better. Is in front, that red car. That is the leader of the AM split. And that blue and white car, the Ferrari in the back, that is 5th place in the AM split. And they are separated by, I think, just 5 seconds. As Robert Bezin now is going to possibly get overtaken by Benjamin Koo, who goes to the inside. Oliver Kirby also to the outside of Ganahari Hutama. Is he going to make the overtake stick? Yes, he does. Benjamin Koo nearly getting past Robert Bezin. But well done to Oliver Kirby for getting past. Who is that? I think that's Abda Adskia in the wall after the Lecombe chicane. It's Benjamin Koo tries to. Oh, that was not a good line at all. Through no name. Losing out a couple tenths to Robert Bezin. This is exactly what he doesn't need to do if he wants to challenge for first place. In front of him still, Ganahari Utama was trying to get back the place from Oliver Kirby. Oliver Kirby has gained a bit on Alexei Malahov. Nice recovery so far from Benequista, but he still has some way before catching the top 5. That is absolutely true. And I think the pit window is indeed open now, so a lot of people are diving into the pits. And there you see Mohamed Bintang, Rafif Prestia, Dimas Adiasta, and Declan Bowler as Oliver Kirby. Oh no. Ganahari Utama was trying to get past him, but Oliver Kirby was trying to get into the pits and nearly got sideswiped. Nevertheless, Oliver Kirby into the pits now. So is Sirit Pluch and Dries Verhulst and Benjamin Koo. I think a lot of people that are in a train are coming into the pits. Abe Santama, by the way, not really escaping, not running away too much from Mohamed Irfan. Mohamed Irfan kudos to him. Only a 10th slower per lap than Abe Santama. So there still is a chance. There still is a chance for a possible end of the race battle. But look at the amount of people coming into the pits. Bimo Aria also coming in. Dima Sediasta now out of the pits. Mohamed Irfan not coming into the pits this time out, as Abe Santama does a 2:18.3. Mohamed Irfan replies with a 2:18.9. So definitely went slower that time out. And Sirid Pluch gets ahead of Oliver Kirby and Dries Verhulst and Benjamin Koo in the pits. As he comes out now, is he going to be ahead of Mohamed? Oh, there is Abe Santama, by the way, going to be lapping Sirid Pluch right now, as of right now. But obviously Abe Santama yet to come into the pits, and he'll probably be coming into the pits at the end of the pit stint, pit window. Has Chico Linvar now into the pits. He's had a pretty good race so far, up in 5th place. Alexei Malahov coming into the pits as well. And slowing down just enough. Did anybody get a stop and go yet? No, they haven't. Good stuff. And also Bimo Aria coming into the pits. There's actually now he's coming out of the pits. And Mohamed Irfan gonna be stuck behind Sirid Pluch, he is trying to lap. He's trying to lap Sirid Pluch. 2nd place, lapping 12th place, but we all know this is how big the pit is for all the people that are driving on Spa. Sirid Pluch was running in, I'd like to say, 5th place. On the same lap as Mohamed Irfan and Abe Santama. Now, he's running in 12th. And he's getting lapped by both Abe and Mohamed. So, very, very long pit. That is for sure. Luca Det's coming into the pits. And it's so painful to watch people coming into the pits. Regis Corsell in the pits as well. And it's just painful. Because most people are not going to have their pit boxes here on the first phase of Spa. Because this is, if there is about 40 cars on the track. He's going to have his pit be all the way on the other side. We could just have a look at how long this takes. It is insane. As he still has not pitted. Still has not pitted. And this is actually a battle. Chico Linvar was by to Dries Verhulst. Chico Linvar coming out of the pits just ahead of just behind Dries Verhulst. But tagging him then, trying to get past him. I don't think that was allowed. That's for sure. But Dries Verhulst trying to come straight back at him as Chico Linvar has the colder tires. And, ooh, both of them making the same mistake. As Gunahara Hutama and Robert Vezin and Daniel Benaquista coming into the pits now as well. This is going to be a pretty close battle. Still relatively close between these two. The trees of Rahals falling a bit behind. Now, Ganahare Hutama. Is he going to be coming out of the pits ahead of Alexei Malahov? Or not? Alexei Malahov, where is he right now? He is coming right towards the source. Ganahare Hutama coming out of the pits now, but he's still got a long way to go. Alexei Malahov now coming to the pit straight. And there is Ganahare Hutama now straight out the pits. And there is Alexei Malahov also. And I think he's just about ahead. Yes, he is. He's ahead of Robert Bezin. Daniel Benequista still in the pits. And Benjamin Koo also losing out quite a lot of time, actually, on Alexei Malahov, Ganahare Hutama, Robert Bezin, Oliver Kirby. It looks like Benjamin Koo did come into the pits for fuel and tires, but the rest might have only done fuel because they all have the same pit amount. Let's just say it that way. They all have around 35 seconds, so all just coming in just for either just for fuel or just for tires. Well, Benjamin Koo having to come into the pits. Oh, he had to come into the pits to also fix his damage. He had a lot of damage on his car. So did Oliver Kirby. That makes sense why they lost out so much time. Because I was thinking 34 seconds is fine for a pit stop, but you know. Bimo Aria now fighting with Declan Bowler. This is for 18th place, but I think Bimo Aria has just come into the pits. And Declan Bowler sadly in 18th place right now. That is also 11th place in the pro split. In the background, we've got Rafif Prestia and Dimas Adiasta going side by side. Rafif actually passing on the grass there for a little bit as Abe Santama comes into the pit. So is Mohammed Irfan. And there is Abe Santama. Finally stopped. Mohammed Irfan now going to be heading into his pit box. And Charlie Kent, the only person to not stop. So is Zach Summerall, who is running 4th right now without a pit stop. And he might be running in 2nd in a little bit. Abe Santama fueling up, changing his tires. And he's out of the pits. Mohammed Irfan, when is he going to exit the pits? The time is ticking. Mohammed Irfan. When is he going to exit? There he is. Abe Santama just out the pits. Mohammed Irfan. Now also just going to be coming out the pits too. Abe Santama now full gas. And he's trying to exit without possibly damaging his car. Mohammed Irfan following close suit. Closely behind. And that was scarily a very close pit stop between the two. The only difference being 4 tenths. 4/10 gap in the pits. And who's going to get their tires warmed up first? Who's going to be having the better outlap here? Well, Mohamed Irfan currently not really gaining, but not losing either to Abe Santama. Charlie Kent now in the pits. Zach Summer will probably be following closely in the pits now too, because this is going to be his final chance to do that. Ferdy Jerry Ramadan also needs to pit, and Rafif has to do a drive-through. Charlie Kent still only making his way into the pits. Abe Santama not really close to the line, but Charlie Kent is not even close to being done with his pit stop. Still has about another couple seconds to go. Abe Santama now to the line. Here is Zach Summerall coming to the pits as well, and so is Ferdy Jerry Ramadan. So there's going to be all the people finally done with their pit stops as Abe Santama comes across the line. Charlie Kent in the pits. We'll see how long this takes him. And both Mohamed Irfan and Abe Santama, by the way, setting nearly identical times on their outlaps. So, yeah, great stuff. Charlie Kent now getting dropped. Mohamed Irfan able to get past Regis Corchel. Now also going to be getting past Charlie Kent. But it is going to be a pretty close... Okay, no, it's not going to be as close as I thought it was going to be. Now, Charlie Kent actually having the same exact pit stop as Regis Corchel. Yeah, I think they all just refueled a tiny bit and went on to change tires. Anyhow, Mohamed Irfan now starting to struggle a little bit, losing some time to Abe Santama. The battle for first in the AM split currently not really kicking off. Zach Summerall, last person in the pits. There goes Ferdy Jerry Ramadan. Now coming out of the pits, and he's going to be... Well, there's Rafif. He's going to be coming out ahead of Rafif, but just behind Demon Sadiasta, who is way ahead. There is Rafif. And Zach Summerall now also coming out the pits, and that is everybody done with their pit stops. And pretty interesting that nearly everybody has done a 35-second pit stop. Declan Bowler setting the same pit time as Regis Corchel and Charlie Kent, which is scarily close to Abe Santama and Mohamed Irfan and Dries Verhulst and Sirt Pluch. So, does that mean that they didn't change tires possibly? They came in for fuel and just went straight back out, but I don't think it cost them 32 seconds. Definitely went for tires. And we can only speculate how quick Robert Besant might get... Yeah, might catch Ganahade Hutama. Currently doing 2/10 quicker than Ganahade Hutama, that last lap out at least. Oliver Kirby also quicker than these two, but he's a whole 10.8 seconds behind. And Benjamin Koo not setting his best laps so far, 2:20.8. the race has gone into a bit of a stalemate. There's not much happening. Nobody wants to really push too much because that might cost them. So we can only hope and wait that somebody did not change their tires and they're going to be, you know, running into massive graining. Actually, who hasn't changed tires? Well, Atske hasn't changed tires, but that's because they already changed them, I think, in the first pit stop. They've had 2 pit stops. Rafif Prahastia has not changed tires, but he has had 3 pit stops. 2 of them being... Oh no, what's happened to Benjamin Koo? I think he sent it straight out of a Rouge. And... does he have damage on that car? Doesn't seem like he's got damage. Should all be A-okay. By the way, needing to save the replay quickly. Is it M to save the replay? Yep. M to save replay, and now back into streaming. What is the closest gap between drivers? Well, definitely not Regis Corshell, who's gone straight into the wall. Oh no. His podium streak is now under attack pretty much here. He's got Charlie Kent behind him. He's got damage, Regis Corshell, from slamming straight into the wall. And he's definitely not immune from a pit stop. If he has to come into the pits again, he's going to be tumbling all the way down, maybe to 20th place. So he needs to keep this position ahead of Charlie Kent, and he needs to be able to manage with that damage. Again, I'm just too good at rhyming today. He needs to manage with that damage. Mohamed Irfan only going 2:10 slower that last lap to Abe Santama. Abe Santama 2:17.845. I think that's the fastest lap time since he's gone into the pits. So 30 minutes to go. We've done 2/3 of this race. Only 1/3 to go. It's pretty much just a sprint to the line. As Abe sets a 2:17.837. And Mohamed Irfan replies to that by setting a 2:17.9. So only a 10th slower now. Catching. He is catching just a little bit. There's another yellow flag. That is Rafif Prahastia. And he's turned around nearly the wrong way. After the Lecombe chicane, he's on the line. Fortunately for him, Amta Atske nowhere near him. Won't be disrupting him too much. But it will bring them closer together. Definitely bring them closer together. Back to the front. Maybe we can even go on board and see what Abe Santama is doing in order to be so quick. throwing the car over a Rouge and Radalon. Absolutely fearless. Well, that is a complete lap, pretty much, with Abe Santama. Absolutely madman. And he's even set the quickest lap time. 2:17.597. What a lap. And Daniel Benequista, in the meanwhile, has been slowly but surely making his way up. And he is now close behind Zach Summerall. But God, you do not want to be streaming, commentating, or driving in the current weather in England. It is hitting 30 degrees. It's only the start of June, or mid-June, okay? Though big thunderstorms tomorrow. Big thunderstorms. Apparently massive thunderstorms right now in the Wolverhampton area. And this is your little British weather forecast news bit. Wolverhampton currently being hit with a red warning. Is it red? I think it's a red warning. Yeah, severe weather warning due to thunderstorms. So is Worcester and Stratford upon Avon. Oxford might be getting hit with a pretty hefty thunderstorm too, and if you're living in the London area, you might be just fine. But not for long, since tomorrow there will be thunderstorms happening at around 2 to 4 p.m. But alright. What do you have in store, Daniel Benequista? What is the verdict here? How are you gonna get past Zach Summerall here? And the main question is, are you gonna get past cleanly? Because that is all we need. starting to get a bit darker, and I hope there's no rain. Yep, there's no rain. That would have thrown a bit of a wrench into the works for a lot of people. And by the way, if you do have nothing to do tomorrow, then I do highly suggest joining the Nürburgring multi-class sprint race with GT3 and GT4s. Currently 38 people signed up, 24 out of 25 in the GT3s and 14 out of 25 in the GT4s. So if you do want a chance to possibly win the race, there seems to be less competition in the GT4s. A small little tip: Alpine GT4 is very quick. Very, very quick. But yet, Daniel Benequist is still not able to get past. What is the time, by the way? 5:17 p.m. Why is it so dark? Interesting. Interesting. Benjamin Koo, yellow flag. Daniel Benequist to the inside. Not gonna happen there. Oh, what's happened to Benjamin Koo, though? Yellow flags for a while. Daniel Benequist. Straight into a wall. Benjamin Koo. Is this gonna be a free space for him? I think it might be, because the Daniel Benequist has put him right into the wall. Put it straight into the wall. And that's a lot of damage on the front of that car. The bonnet, or the hood, opening up. And you can just about start to see what's inside. Go into a little bit of a free cam. And there is Benjamin Koo somewhere there in the background. Here is Daniel Benequista's front end. And, well, this is something you won't see in real life. Definitely no cameramen just floating around. But there is quite a lot of damage, and we can just have a little peek on what's inside. Nothing except air vents, and what's this, like a small baggage space? I guess you can put something here. It's like a briefcase. Briefcase carrier. Well, Daniel Benequista only has a couple more laps to go, I think. And he might be coming into the pits. He has indicated that he's going to be doing that. And Zach Summerall coming into the pits. And Declan Bowler now trying to get past Luca Dentz for 16th place. This is a battle for 9th place in the pro split. And, yeah, Zach Summerall coming into the pits. Daniel Benequista, I think he carried on, though he was indicating that he was going to go into the pits. He decided not to. It is what it is. If he thinks that he can carry on with this damage, then, you know what? Hats off to him. But is his steering correct? Did he damage the suspension in that collision, or does it look like he's struggling quite a lot? And yeah, no, that steering is not pointing straight. Benjamin Koo is straight on his back, and I think he might just be making an overtake now. Coming into No Name, Benjamin Koo, well, he's just got the better pace, and he's got the less damaged car, and he's got Abe Santama behind him as well now. And that's not adding any wellness to that battle. But Benjamin Koo, I don't think he might be getting past. And not letting Abe Santama get past yet, because he did just get past Daniel Benequista. Does not want to put himself at that disadvantage. And I think these two are in VC, so no, if anything, Abe Santoma will just, you know. Oh! Tell him to get out the way, but I don't think there was contact. I think Benjamin just did do that. And lost position to Daniel Benaquista for now. And Mohammed Bintang. 17 minutes to go. And that's not what he wants to do. Well, that's that battle out the window. Now we just got Alexei Malahov trying to get past Dries Verhulst. He doesn't have too much to worry about. He's got Oliver Kirby about 17 seconds behind him, though he is going a second quicker per lap. But a lap around here is 2 minutes 20. There's 16 minutes to go. I mean, do the maths. Not enough time. That's for sure. That's all I can say. There's only about 6 to 7 laps to go. It's Benjamin Koo yet again, yellow flag, and he's got tons of damage on that car now. And yeah, he's not even able to keep it straight. It's not going great for Benjamin Koo this race. Once was in a battle for first, was running second, now running 6th as somebody just left. Somebody quite high up on the left. I think Robert Besson might have just left. Because Mohammed Bintang moved up a position, so did Daniel Benaquista. Oh, Mohammed Bintang. Yellow flag at the bus stop chicane. He came together with Daniel Benaquista, and there's a lot of damage there. Oh, there's a ton of damage for Daniel. Yet again. Yeah, this race is just not going great for a lot of drivers, I think. I think Spa definitely tires out some people, and you can definitely see them being tired here as well. But Oliver Kirby now on a bit of a mission. Well, a mission that might not happen, but at least third place. Third place is good news for him. And Benjamin Koo into the pits. Still kind of surprised that Daniel Benaquista has not yet been in the pits. That car does not look drivable. Understeering every corner. Alexei Malahov now. He's been gaining on the back of Dries Verhulst lap by lap in the background, just slowly ticking off a couple tenths per lap. And he's got 12 minutes to prove that he may even be quicker than 7th place pro split driver. Alexei Malahov, what did I just do? Alexei Malahov, that last lap, it was doing a 2:20.7. Dries Verhulst, 2:20.9, which is the slowest out of the top 7. But could have just been an unlucky lap that time out. Benjamin Koo in the pits for, well, quite a long time now, but to be expected with such a hefty bit of damage. Declan Bowler. Well, this might be an easy overtake on Daniel Benequista, that's for sure. And here comes Declan Bowler. Last 10 minutes off this race, 11 minutes off this race. As he comes towards Pouon. I hope I'm saying that right. Pouon. Any Belgian people, correct me. And there is Declan Bowler ahead of Daniel Benequista for 12th place. Won't make much of a difference in the pro split at all, because Daniel is in the AMS. Alexei Malahov last lap, 4 tenths quicker than Dries Verhulst. And what's happened to Charlie Kent? Why is he coming into the pits? Did he get a drive-through? Oh no! Charlie Kent with a drive-through for track limits. Having to do a 80, well, I'd say a minute worth of penalty. It's going to be third Pluk's day made, Chico Lindvar's day made, and possibly even Dries' day made. That is definitely the last track you want to be getting a drive-through. And Daniel Benequista yet again, yellow flags. Why isn't he coming into the pits? And I think he might be teleporting to the pits now. Yep. Charlie Kent coming out of the pits now. He's just making it around the final bend. Chico Lindvar is also making it around the final bend. Charlie Kent and Chico Lindvar. Who is going to come out quicker? Chico Lindvar now down towards the pit straight. Charlie Kent, he is just about exiting the pits now. Full power. Here is Chico Lindvar. This is going to be close towards the end of the race, that's for sure. Charlie Kent's tyres absolutely cold. Here is Chico Lindvar now coming to the back of him, and I think this is going to be a done deal, as he's now going to be going up into 5th place. But Charlie Kent knows that he is capable of keeping 4th place and capable of doing a lot of things and being pretty quick so far this race, that he might still have this challenge on. And I think he does. And even though he has colder tyres, I think he still knows that the final 8 minutes do not mean anything, and he just needs to push on hard in order to at least get ahead of Chico Lindvar and get closer to Thierry Ploeg. As now, towards the squiggly parts of this track, around the outside, not an absolute worry in his mind, up into 5th place. Now Alexei Malahov now 2. Alexei Malahov making a bit of a mistake. Puts in a bit of a gap between him and Dries Verhulst, but the fight is still on, I think. The fight is still very much on. In the back, you can just about see Ganahari Hutama 2 is currently running in 3rd place. And Oliver Kirby running in 3rd, and he is doing 7-8 tenths a lap quicker than Ganahari Hutama and Alexei Malahov, but he's just not going to be able to get close enough at the end. Ferdiger Ramadan trying to get past Bimo Aria. This is for 14th place. Won't matter to him too much, because this is not a battle in the Pro Split. Behind him though, he has, he's got Dries Verhulst, who's trying to lap these two, so then he can, run away from Alexei Malahov. There goes Bimo Aria, letting Ferdiger Ramadan pretty much through and letting all the guys behind him through as well. But he is getting in the way of Alexei Malahov. Oh, and this is not a good day for Alexei Malahov. Bimo Aria just close, but not really impeding. Yeah. As they say in Germany, nicht gut. No, we're not in Germany. Though I still think a lot of Belgians, they speak French. They speak a mix of French and German. And Dutch. Small country. Small country. That's all I can say. Birthplace of Max Verstappen, obviously, as well. And also one of the most prestigious tracks on all calendars. The only couple of tracks that are, they've got such rich history and are so prestigious are probably Silverstone, Monaco, Circuit de la Sarthe, or the 24-hour Le Mans circuit. All of those circuits are, extremely historical and extremely prestigious to drive on. Like for example, Silverstone, was built on an old RAF base back in the 1900s, in the early 1900s. It's Regis Courchelle. What has happened to him? At least he's got enough. Oh, that's not good. No idea what he did there, but that has brought Cyril Pluk just a little bit closer. Not close enough. Still no penalties, which is good. And Circuit de la Sarthe also has a ton of history. Let's just call it that way. You know, you've got the famous Mercedes C11 prototype C car flipping upside down and straight into the bushes. Fortunately, the driver was alive and came out relatively unhurt. But still, that C11 flip that everybody knows. Bimo Aria, contact with Furniture Ramadan, it looks like, into the bus stop chicane. Kanahara Hutama also contact with these two as he was trying to lap them. It's all kicking off, last 2 minutes of this race. Been streaming for nearly 2 hours too. Bimo Aria in the background. He's going to be going alongside and ahead of Furniture Ramadan before they head through a Rouge and Redalon. And let's just do a small little parade on board with Abe Santama, the man who has won every race he has started pretty much so far in this season and last season, missing out only on Misano so far. Led the whole race from start to finish, as Oliver Kirby lets him by as he comes through P1 now. And you can see the 001 on his car in the front of that blue and blue McLaren 720S Evo. He's put it on pole. He has the quickest lap of the race. He has led, well, I'd say, no! Jesus Christ, Abe, don't do that. Jesus, that was close. Well, he hasn't led every lap of the race. Obviously, when he went into the pits, he lost out on a couple of laps of the lead. But led nearly every lap of the race, and is now going to come across the line to win the race as well. And it is going to be the return of Abe as he comes across the line and wins the race. It's a bit boring saying that now, isn't it? Man wins every race, pretty much. Mohammed Irfan, though, we haven't seen him perform this well since a couple of seasons back, but he's kind of come across the line, and he finishes second runner-up to Abe Santama. Regis Courchelle also last time out, Misano winner. Sadly, this time out, gonna only be finishing in third, but still, his podium streak continues as he comes through the bus stop chicane. He's gonna come across the line now to finish third for race esport team. Serge Pluch, 4th place for him. It will be a pretty good finish. Although last time out finished in 2nd, only 3/10 away from the leader. This time out, well, he's just not quick enough compared to the others. He still should be pretty happy with a 4th place finish as he comes across the line. And Charlie Kent also was once 4th, was gonna finish in 4th, definitely had the pace to do that, but a late drive through for him has now caused him to be in 5th place. Still a really good finish. There's now Chico Lindvar. Has he run out of fuel? Chico Lindvar might have ran out of fuel on the last lap. Pretty much the last couple of corners. Dries Verhulst will take 6th place. And indeed, Chico Lindvar leaving the race as well, which will put him all the way down in 23rd. But Dries Verhulst gets in a very late 6th place. Should be happy with that. Ferdy Jarraunan comes across the line in 13th, and Bimo Aria in 14th, which is 5th in the AM split. And that is your race finishes for today's race. Abe Santama takes P1 for the pro split, and Alex Emelov takes the win for the AM split. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all in the next race, which is going to be tomorrow at 4 PM BST, the Nürburgring multi-class sprint. And until then, all should have a great day. It is a beautiful weather outside. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Adios.